are there disadvantages to relying on context-dependent memory? Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly remembered something you learned there? That's context-dependent memory at work. It's a fascinating concept, but are there downsides to relying on it? Let's break it down. Context-dependent memory suggests that our ability to recall information improves when we are in the same environment where we learned it. While this can be beneficial, it also has some limitations that can affect your study habits. First, let's talk about flexibility. If you study in a specific place, like your bedroom or a favorite coffee shop, you might struggle to remember that information in a different setting, such as during an exam. This lack of flexibility can make it hard to recall what you learned when the context changes. Next, there is the issue of dependence on external cues. If your memory relies too much on the environment, you may forget things if those cues are missing. For example, if you studied while listening to a particular playlist, you might find it harder to remember the material without that music playing in the background. Emotional states also play a role. Stress or anxiety can interfere with memory recall. If you are feeling overwhelmed during a test, it can be tough to use context cues effectively. This means that relying solely on context-dependent memory in high-pressure situations can actually make things worse. Moreover, real life is unpredictable. We often find ourselves in new or changing environments. Since context-dependent memory works best when contexts match, it can be unreliable when you need to remember information in different situations. Lastly, overemphasizing context can prevent you from developing a deeper understanding of the material. If you focus too much on external factors, you might miss out on truly learning the content. So, what can you do? To make the most of your study time, try practicing recall in various environments. This will help build a more flexible memory. Avoid studying in just one fixed place. Managing stress is also key, as it can improve your ability to encode and retrieve information. Using context cues can be helpful, but remember to combine them with other effective study techniques. Active learning methods, like spaced repetition and elaboration, can strengthen your memory across different situations. In summary, while context-dependent memory can be a useful tool, relying on it too heavily can limit your recall and make memory vulnerable to changes in environment or emotional state. Balancing context cues with broader study strategies will lead to more effective learning.